Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Who will Canelo Alvarez fight in September? Let's just break it down. And this is part one of who Canelo Alvarez will fight. And we're just going to break into a mini series and just dig into each opponent, dig into each scenario as things evolve and develop. And let's just go over each and every opponent and to see why each guy makes a lot of sense. And the first guy you start with is Errol Spence Jr., who Oscar De La Hoya is reportedly offered like $20 million. Errol Spence Jr. responded back, he never take the first offer. There's a lot of speculation about that fight. And at the end of the day, it would be a good fight for Canelo Alvarez, because we already know that Canelo Alvarez is levels above Errol Spence. He's a proven fighter. He's an elite level fighter at a higher weight class. So that's not even a threatening fight. That fight is mostly, to help DAZN gain viewership and be a huge incentive cash payday for the fighters involved, because of what a lot of people think is because Canelo Alvarez has a huge contract with DAZN, he also has incentives, and those incentives allow for more money, more revenue, and a bigger name and a bigger brand based on pulling in more subscribers to their platform. So it makes sense for Canelo Alvarez to want to fight, names that'll get people excited. You see him wanting to fight Callum Smith. Callum Smith is another name on the list that makes a lot of sense. If you look at Callum Smith, that would be a huge class in the UK. I'm sure that could fill out a stadium. That would be an enormous fight, and Canelo Alvarez is slowly turning into even a bigger global superstar, and it's fighting guys like Callum Smith abroad will show people that he is really a special fighter. And Callum Smith is undefeated. He's a world champion. He won the World Boxing Super Series. He is going to be no easy task for Canelo Alvarez. Then there's Sergey Kovalev. Canelo Alvarez could face Sergey Kovalev, 175-pound champion. He had a very close, controversial fight with Andre Ward. A lot of people felt like he won the first one, lost the second one. It's very interesting to see if Canelo Alvarez can handle that type of power, that type of pressure, and at that particular weight, that would do huge views. You have Demetrius Andrade. Canelo Alvarez could unify the middleweight division, but become undisputed and make history. So I think that would be a hell of a fight. That's a fight that everyone would love to see. And stylistically, you're probably not going to get a better matchup than that, because Demetrius Andrade is slippery. He moves a lot. He has a very good work rate. So he's like an upgraded version of Erislandy Lara, bigger, stronger, and and younger. So I think he would make for a very interesting fight with Canelo Alvarez. You have Sergey Derevyanchenko, would be the mandatory for the IBF strap, and Sergey Derevyanchenko is a very hard hitter, not the biggest guy in the world, short, stocky, compact guy, similar to Canelo himself. So I think that would be a stylistic clash, and I think in that particular fight, even though I give Sergey Derevyanchenko a shot because he has very good power and pop, I think that Canelo stops him. And the only reason I feel that is because he's just going to be able to take too much punishment. Canelo Alvarez's defense has steadily been improving, and he's moving up levels. Then you have Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant's a slippery fighter at 168 pounds. That fight's a little bit harder to make, but that would be a very interesting, intriguing fight, and it would be the biggest fight of Caleb Plant's career. I'm not sure Caleb Plant would be able to take the pressure from Canelo Alvarez, because Caleb Plant struggled taking that pressure from Jose Uzcategui. And so at the end of the day, that was an excellent fight. Caleb Plant pulled it out, and but he did take a beating while doing it. So he put on a great show, but he did take a beating while doing it. I don't know if he can take that same beating from Saul Canelo Alvarez. But once again, Unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.